Hold on, something feels different. Give me a sec. Much better. Alright, let's talk about Minecraft. Launching in November 2011 and developed by Marcus Notch Persson, Minecraft is a sandbox game that takes place in a 3D blocky world where you can mine materials, craft items, and build anything you want. It doesn't sound like a very complex game, and it isn't, but what has made Minecraft so popular is that there are very little limitations with what you can do. Thanks to features like creative mode and even multiplayer, it has went beyond the game where you just craft and build stuff to something that can be a fun game night with friends. This has led Minecraft to not only develop a very large fan base, something I would consider positive if it weren't for the factors I really don't want to get into.
Hey Sonic, check out this photo I found on the internet. What the f?
But it also still stands as the best-selling game of all time, so it makes sense that in 2014, a movie was announced to be in development at Warner Bros. Production went very smoothly, like everything was totally fine. No issues like directors and writers constantly leaving an entire pandemic halting everything ever happened. No, it was all fine. And now 11 years and a Jack Black later, we have finally gotten a Minecraft movie. They really couldn't have thought of a better title. I'm too lazy to come up with my own plot summary, so I'm just gonna read off the Warner Bros. Website, cause who gives a four misfits? Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, Henry, Natalie, and Dawn find themselves struggling with ordinary problems when they are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into the overworld, a bizarre cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they will have to master this world and protect it from evil things like piglins and zombies too, while embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected expert crafter, Steve. Together, their adventure will challenge all five to be bold and to reconnect with the qualities that make each of them uniquely creative, the very skills that they need to thrive back in the real world. Now, I know the first thing that comes to mind is, why does it look like that? This is, unfortunately, a live-action CG hybrid movie, and I say unfortunately because look at this. Maybe I could have excused how obviously cheaply green screened the actors are if it wasn't for the fact that they made every single creature from the game hyper-realistic. Christ on a nutcracker, they are hideous. For the sake of comparison, Detective Pikachu was able to get away with this because the designs of the Pokemon from the very beginning have always been organic. It didn't always look great, but it made sense to give them a more realistic look because they are in fact based on real animals and can be translated well when done right. The designs of the Minecraft mobs are literally just blocks, and giving them realistic features and textures without removing their blocky style would just look disgusting. And it does. They didn't even attempt to translate it well. Maybe this is childhood bias, but I would have preferred something similar to the looks of an Element animation video, staying true to the game's visuals while also at the same time giving some of the mobs a soul. Also, somehow this clip never gets old.
Coffee or anything with caffeine in it is your friend.
The only nice thing about the visuals I can say is that the backgrounds are at least pleasant to look at, which is the only area of the movie that resembles the look of the game, just with the HD texture pack. The moment I watched the first trailer, I knew this was gonna be a disaster. Not just because of its visuals, but everything else around it, which I'm about to get to. The day I'm recording this, I had just watched it with my older brother last night, and after months of clowning on this movie, I can officially say, yeah, it was very bad. Had fun watching it though. First things first, let's talk about the story. Wait, hold on. What story? The story is so all over the place to the point where it doesn't even feel like there is one. It's more like a series of things happening in the Minecraft world with a lacking attempt to put it all together. While the game itself doesn't have that much of a story either, the amount of world building in it could create so many opportunities for a cohesive storyline. Minecraft Story Mode, my beloved. They don't really take that opportunity here and instead just rely on generic settings and the nether, leaving the rest of the world unexplored. Call me a hypocrite, but seeing the Ender Dragon would have been sick. So I don't gotta transition. All of the characters except for Garrett and Steve are forgettable. I really enjoyed the dynamic between Jason Momoa and Jack Black, as they were the only thing that kept it unironically entertaining, even with the bogged down script they were given. Okay, but no jokes, Steve spends most of the movie saying item names out loud as if nobody who watched the movie has ever played the game before.
This is a crafting table. Flint and steel.
They're the villagers!
TNT. Firework rockets.
The Nether.
Boots of swiftness.
Diamond armor.
Everybody else is so one note, and I could give less of a crap about what they're doing or what they're going through. I swear to God, why does every family movie have to have a dead parent in it somehow? Also, where's their dad? There's also this lady who's a real estate seller helping Henry and Natalie, and she doesn't do anything either. The villain is very forgettable, and I can barely even remember a single scene from her. They also have a subplot with the vice principal being in love with a villager who escapes into the real world, which serves zero purpose to the plot other than for a gag. There are some unironic jokes that I laughed at, but most of the movie isn't that funny, and most of my laughs came from how bad the whole thing was. Just to give you a taste, my theater applauded at certain scenes that went viral online, like
I am Steve.
and my personal favorite,
Chicken jockey.
probably would have been better had the auditorium been filled up. One of the ironically funny things about this movie are the baffling music choices. I mean, sometimes it's music from the games, other times it's an original score, but then they'll throw in some licensed music. Yeah, good choice to have Steve fight zombies to Lil Boo Thing by Paul Russell. I expected my college's radio station manager to show up for some reason. They try to throw in a message about creativity and following your dreams, which is a good message to have, but the way they handled it was just a worse version of the Lego Movie, a movie that was actively in my mind while watching. While the plotlines are very different, they do have similar themes of creativity, and they are both properties very popular with people expressing their imagination. The only difference is that the Lego Movie actually has a heart and dives deep into its themes with care, letting the viewer absorb what it's saying and take it seriously. Minecraft's doesn't work the same way for a few reasons. One, it doesn't take itself remotely seriously, as any serious moment is either super brief or constantly interrupted with a joke. And two, the reason we can't take in anything that is said is because the movie's pacing is awful. It doesn't leave itself a single moment to catch its breath, all the while refusing to shut the fuck up like any millisecond of silence will divert attention away from the audience. Trying to keep up with everything going on is breakneck. And need I mind you, this is a nearly 2-hour movie. Why does it need to go so fast? I don't understand. That was not the only question I asked watching this movie, to be fair. For example, why don't Jason Momoa and Jack Black kiss already? Clearly love each other. The Minecraft movie, yes, I'm calling it the Minecraft movie, is fun to watch because it is that bad. The messy plot, ugly visuals, bland characters, and whiplash pacing really make this a train wreck that should be seen to be believed. I'm not kidding when I say there is so much wrong with this movie that I feel like there should be a longer video from me in the future to really rip this motherfucker apart. But that's not gonna be for a while. And I think if you're the kind of viewer who likes the Room level bad movies, then you'll definitely get a kick out of this. Just be sure to bring a barf bag with you. Even being a fun kind of bad movie, however, that doesn't necessarily shield it from all criticism, and I'm pretty disappointed that we didn't get a movie that's a little more faithful, but oh well. Right now I'm wondering how many ableist comments I'm gonna get from younger Minecraft fans just for making fun of this. Also, now I'm really gonna have to increase the moderation in my comment section. Thanks a lot, YouTube. You motherfucker. That's why I'm giving the Minecraft movie a 2 out of 10. Hot garbage, but I enjoyed myself. Even if I wish it took itself a bit more seriously and had a real plot to follow. Not asking too much since it's Minecraft, but still. Also, now I'm forever gonna remember this movie for being the one that I watched while my friend group died. I'm doing just dandy. Until next time, I'm Miyachi. See you later, Tama. What the fuck?